international educator.
Hello viewer, welcome to our geography lesson. This is secondary geography. It is our revision lesson number 12, and our topic of focus today is trade. Welcome. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to answer the following questions on trade correctly. And the questions we are talking about is question number 1A, or A. Define the following. Define the following. Roman 1, regional trade, which is allocated 2 marks, and Roman 2, bilateral trade, which is allocated another 2 marks. Now, when you look at this question, we start by defining the terms by looking at the terms used, and the first term that we have here is define. And we are simply saying, when you think about define, we are simply giving the nature of something. Giving the nature of something. In this case, learner, remember, we are giving the nature of regional trade and the nature of bilateral trade so that we can be able to understand. Then it is important for us to note that you only need to give a short but clear sentence for each. Just one. Short and clear. Don't make it too elaborate, because in the process of elaborating it, that is where we make mistakes. So make it short but clear. Then here we are saying, there's a term very important that you need to remember at the back of our mind is the term trade. When you are talking about trade, remember it can be defined as the buying and selling of goods and services. And consequently, we are saying it is important so that we can be able to understand regional trade, bilateral trade. We must be able to understand what this activity is, that is trade. And we are saying it must be well understood. Then we are saying the terms regional and bilateral must also be well understood. When you think about regional, what are we talking about? When you talk about bilateral, what are we talking about? They must be well understood for you to understand and be able to answer this question in the correct manner. And therefore we are saying the answers are as follows. We consider regional trade first, and we are saying it is the exchange of goods and services carried out within a given geographical area. So when you think about regional trade, it is the exchange of goods and services carried out within a given geographical area. It could be within East Africa, within North Africa, West Africa, South Africa, Central Africa. It can be any such geographical area. So that is regional trade. Then we go on and consider bilateral trade. What is it all about? And you are saying it is the exchange of goods and services between 2 countries. Remember, learner, by means 2. So the moment you talk about bilateral, you are simply talking about 2 trade partners. Could be Kenya and Botswana. Could be Uganda and Zimbabwe. We are talking about bilateral trade. 2 countries. So those are the correct definitions of the 2 terms, and the moment you give us such definitions, then we give you 2 marks for each one of them. The other question is here, B. Identify 3 reasons for trade barriers, and we are talking about 3 marks. Identify 3 reasons for trade barriers. Here we are saying, when you talk about, again, when you identify, we are talking about establishing or indicating the reasons for trade barriers. You see, we are interpreting the terms according to the question, specific question. And that is why we are bringing in the issue of trade barriers. We are not just describing the general word. So it is identifying, meaning to establish or to indicate the reasons for trade barriers. Then we are saying trade barriers. What are they all about? We are saying trade barriers are factors that limit trade within a country or between countries. So whenever you think about trade barrier or trade barriers, we are simply talking about the factors that limit, that hinder trade between one country and another or be within a country. Then it is also important for us to note again reasons. When you talk about giving reasons, reasons refers to show cause why such barriers are necessary. That is in interpretation of this question. When you talk about reasons, it is showing cause why such barriers are important.